Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode, what is this, 4? Episode 4 of the Six Towers Gang. Brought to you by that guy with the knives. Blades in the Dark. How's everybody doing? Yeah, he's over there. I know it's always backwards, but then it's double backwards. This creepy individual.
Extra confusing.
Yeah. How's everybody? Are we excited to crime?
Yeah.
Are we looking forward to criming?
Hell yeah.
Criming ahead, I'm guessing.
Yeah, today's a 6, but after criming, I think it's going to be like a 9.
I'll try not to make your life miserable like I do every session, Sean.
Oh, it's cool. I've been thinking, yeah.
The old Cantor RC dance. Just kiss already. Jeez.
I know.
No way, Cantor has a sweet new girlfriend.
That's true. And I don't think
Who's
RC
the tattoo artist?
No, the
Leviathan Hunter
the
Captain.
Leviathan Hunter. Yeah, she's like you but better and cooler and likes me.
Spoilers.
So if this is the first time that you have tuned in, we're gonna play a role playing game. We're gonna play John's role playing game, and I am joined as usual by the aforementioned John Harper, who's our GM and designer of Blades in the Dark. Also, Sean playing R.C. Keel, Strash as the creepy Oscar Sherlock, and I will be continuing my role as the world's most obnoxious gangster, Cantor Haig. So do you want to give us a rundown, John, just sort of generally about the game, and then we can talk about kind of what we've been doing so far?
Yeah.
Right.
So as someone in chat astutely summarized, Blades in the Dark is basically the video games Thief and Dishonored mashed up with The Wire, kind of. It's a fantasy city that has sort of clockworky technology, weird arcane magical stuff with ghosts, and you play a crew of criminals who are trying to, you start out on the bottom and you try to sort of rise your criminal gang to the top of the heap by pulling off criminal jobs of various sorts. And this particular crew has chosen to be hawkers, which are the drug dealers, essentially.
What, we're drug dealers? I thought we were ornithologists. I've been playing this game very wrong. Shit.
We're getting a little Breaking Bad vibe going.
A little.
Yeah.
Just a
I was
tiny
wondering
bit.
why we went 3 whole episodes without any hawks at all. Alright.
The worst hawkers ever.
Got it, fine.
Yeah,
Fuckers.
we are really bad at this.
Yeah, Swan Song without the spaceships. Yeah, before I wrote Blades in the Dark, I ran about 60 sessions of Stars Without Number. So yeah, it was definitely on my mind.
Cool. So what did we get up to last time? I remember it was funny because we did the backwards thing where we did the like out of mission stuff most of the session, and then we did like a little quick mission at the end, right?
It was a lot of downtime, and then like 2 rolls to roll our mission. But our what we did was we took over some Red Sashes territory. We took over a gambling den and a brothel, and we bumped by doing that within the fiction. The mechanical effect of that was that we had gathered enough hold, and we had another faction that was in peril, mostly because of their war with the Lampblacks, that we were able to bump ourselves up to the next tier. So now we are a tier 1 gang, which
it sounds more impressive than it really is. Tier 1 is like we're like the inverse of the armor class thing. We want to be a higher number than we are.
Yeah, we were tier 0.
Yeah.
We are not 0 anymore. That's what counts.
That's right, exactly. We've moved up. We've moved in the correct direction.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, basically there's a gang war going on in the district, and two of the gangs are at each other's throats, the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes. And because they've weakened each other, they're higher tier, they're tier 2. Because they've weakened each other in their war, they're vulnerable to lower tier dudes like the Six Towers gang, the PCs.
Filthy parasites like us.
Yeah, so they took over former tattoo parlor first of all, and they're using that as their drug den. And then last time there was a sort of unsecured brothel and dice game, and they just walked in and took it basically out from under the Red Sashes' noses. But the outcome of those rolls meant that the Red Sashes knew what happened, and it took some time to get hold of the place, giving the Red Sashes time to send a team to retaliate. So that's what we're going to start with tonight. But yeah, they have moved up. They've taken more turf, and they're actually on the board now. They used to be tier 0, and now they're actually on the.
We exist for real.
Yeah, right. Now
So,
we'll have fewer people asking us. So who are you again?
Star-Lord, man, come on.
Question, John: are we gonna do downtime from last score, or are we just gonna roll right to next score? Because
yeah, you're going right into it because they're gonna attack you in the face right now.
That's gonna be awesome.
I like the face attacking.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to use some of these occulty powers I've been buying.
I
Yeah.
think we were all looking forward to some of that action.
Yeah, pretty into it.
Yeah, there's a couple little rule changes from last time, but we'll get into that when they crop up. Mostly everything else is the same. The character sheets, which are linked in the Twitch chat or on the YouTube comments, depending on where you're watching this, are from our previous game. I think there were a couple little changes, but I haven't updated them. You guys are kind of keeping track of your sheets, so
Yeah.
I'll update those at some point. But
Yes, we
no big
totally are. Yeah.
I think the biggest change was that RC has command level 3 out of 4 now, which is pretty badass. So that's cool.
Go
Yeah.
RC!
Yeah, she's that's the point where she's going to stop taking Cantor's shit, or we will see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
See if that- how that actually plays out.
I don't think we haven't seen PC versus PC commanding yet, have we? Has that not? This may be cut off by Red Sashes, but we will see it tonight, assuming we're not in the middle of Red Sash Yeah,
happening this the whole time.
yeah.
Don't PvP me, bro.
I also there's some business that was left undone at the end of last session, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Like there's an imminent threat that's about to happen, so we're just gonna dive into that part of it.
Cool.
So on the map layer, if we look at that,
Yeah, let's jump on over.
you can see an area here. If you zoom out a little bit, there's a floor plan of a building there, and that's the brothel in the main part of that building, and then the northern part are the gambling tables and the bar. If you look down at the south, there's a gray building with a big X on it.
Mhm.
That's your tattoo parlor.
Okay.
And the eastern alleyway there, that super narrow alley that leads into the courtyard. And you guys came through the back door last time, basically grabbed the pimp who runs the brothel, whose name is Slate. Killed his Cantor, executed his bodyguard who was being held helpless on the floor.
Yep, the bouncer.
Shot him through the face, as I recall.
It's the best place to shoot a man.
Yeah.
Directly in his face.
Everyone else basically gave up. Some of the workers like ran off because they were scared. And then you spent some time getting control of all the stuff, getting them to tell you where the coin was stashed, and that kind of thing. The pit boss in the gambling hall, his name is Bryson. He's another ex-dock worker, a tattooed sailor that we've seen a lot of in our little area here.
Mhm.
And he was helpful but slow and a little, he didn't fight back, but it took a while to kind of get to the bottom of everything and secure the building here. So that's where we are right now. You guys are in the building, making sure that Slate's handed everything over. The death bell, this is an aspect of the game we haven't talked about much, but when someone dies in Duskwall City, the bells at the crematorium magically intone, so the spirit wardens know that there's a new body they have to deal with in the city.
So it's like in Hunger Games when somebody dies.
Yeah, totally. I didn't think about that. It's
Or I
totally
guess
like a-
Battle Royale, but yeah.
Yeah. And then these crows that have perched in the belfry there for centuries fly off. A crow will fly out into the city in the direction of the new death, and kind of slowly circle closer and closer to where the corpse is. And the spirit wardens will eventually show up to deal with the body if it's not brought in to the crematorium. So that's kind of hanging in the air, like, you know, it happened a few minutes ago, but or more than a few minutes, a little while ago.
Right, I was gonna say, so like, if you intended to murderize somebody, you have to piece out pretty fast, because
Yeah.
I imagine that the cops use that to like check on these things, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yes.
piece stuff together, and their forensic science is okay. It's sort of Sherlock Holmes level, technology wise, but because ghosts exists and because of weird arcane stuff, like it's possible to really like narrow down on when things happened and when the bell went off and witness reports of where you were and that kind of stuff. When you get hauled in front of the magistrate, that kind of stuff can really get you.
I mean, if the ghost is allowed to, isn't destroyed before it raises, like, there's a pretty good information source right there.
So is ghost murder a more serious crime than regular type murder?
No, ghost murder is a public service in general.
Yeah.
So then the important question is, if you burned the body before the appointed time, like, if you know the bell knells and like the crow launches and you're just like plasm, and then you toast the body correctly, is the crow like job's done, flies back?
Yes, and that is a crime. Disposing of a body as a citizen is a crime.
Right, because it's a union job, right? You're not allowed to do that. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that is a thing you can do. You are actually in position to attempt that potentially, Strash, if you want to. But we'll see. Stuff is happening.
I was gonna say, I think we one of the things that we had, the outcome of our roll was a 5 to basically like take over, and the cost of that outcome was we got everything we wanted, but it took us extra time. So I think like we kind of had to. We had our hands full taking over the operation.
Yeah, word.
Precisely, yes. That was essentially the compromise from that role. Was it went smoothly. It just took a bunch of sort of logistical work to get it all nailed down the way you wanted, and make sure that Slate and Bryson weren't pocketing money and doing anything funny. So you got everything you were supposed to get. It just took time. So we're going to open on the scene here in the brothel. This building, the main building, used to be a factory of some kind. It has a 2 or actually almost a 3-story ceiling that's peaked in the center with like canted windows along the middle with a tin roof. And then on the left there, that white section is the kind of the stairs that go up to the stereotypical factory, like warden's office and stuff upstairs.
Yeah.
The squiggly stuff on the bottom are silk, or not silk. This place isn't that nice. Shitty fabric curtains.
That went downhill fast.
Yeah.
They're silk. Wait, I'm sorry. I meant shitty.
No,
that's
they would be
different word.
They would be silk, but no. They're fabric curtains that section off the beds of the brothel because there aren't rooms in here on the factory floor.
Right. That's what I see. So these are like little curtainy areas, and then these things here are beds. Like
those are beds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. I just thought they were enormous beds just in the middle of the room, and I was like,
and those are like pillows.
Yeah. It's like a series of California kings just like hanging out in the common room. Awkward ass brothel.
You're not in that good of a brothel.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Is that? I know you described it already, but now I'm sort of getting my bearings on this space a little better.
Yeah.
Is that solid rectangle towards the bottom? Is that where the money changer was sort of hanging out? Yeah. What? Adam?
Yeah, that's Slate's desk and his chair there. His little lockbox was stashed away under the desk.
Right. And then that room in the upper right hand corner and above us, that's where the gambling den is.
Yep, there were 4 dice tables or cards or whatever they were playing.
Yeah.
And then the rectangle is a bar top with a place for booze underneath.
Awesome.
Yeah. You guys went upstairs. They were essentially like the high class rooms. You could pay extra for like an actual private room, and they have various implements in there for different types of clients.
Okay.
So it's basically we talked about this last time, but it's in shape. You guys chose to take a Vice Den as your turf upgrade.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do anything to convert it or anything. It's just ready to run. You just need to get the workers back in and get it running again, and it'll start feeding you coin. But that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Shit's about to hit the fan here. So several things happen at once. And we can determine exactly where you guys are. I'm kind of just imagining you're somewhere in the room here.
Fine. Yeah.
If I narrate something that's out of whack, just correct me.
I mean, I think we would be savvy to, if we hear shit going on, like we would be, attempting to get in a defensible position. But
Sure.
if they just bust in the door, yeah, we're standing around.
They are, yeah, they're definitely surprise attacking you.
Cool.
And I'm gonna do a roll here that will sort of establish that a little bit. So the guys that are coming to hit you are at war with the lamp blacks. So we're gonna see here.
Okay.
Malara's boys.
What happens? Okay. A mixed result for them. So I will not.
You got the dice on top of the.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting fancy now.
I don't know how to make it go away though. I thought I made it go away, but
How to make what go away?
The dice.
You just click. Boop.
Oh, you have to click to make it go.
Well, any GM can do it, but you click. The person clicking is the one that gets rid of them. The stream will be able to see them as long as. I was admiring your fancy white dice.
I know they're pristine. Okay, so that just so like rules wise, that roll was the fortune roll behind the scenes. The lamp blacks and the red sashes, they're skirmishing. So if that had gone really badly for the red sashes, I couldn't attack you with their full sort of strike team right now, because they would have been held up by the lamp blacks. But that's not quite what happened. So this attack will go mostly as they planned it. And here's how it starts.
Do we get a few seconds of heads up as we hear somebody trying to shoulder the door open or something?
Yeah. So the way the rule works is I'm gonna say these next 3 events that occur pretty much out of the blue, and you guys can choose whether or not to resist those through various means, either like acting faster or resisting the effect of what I'm saying or whatever.
I feel like the phrase "out of the blue" is not a phrase that would get used in this world, given
out of the black,
out of the gray,
yeah,
out of the night,
out of the mist.
It kind of just happens by surprise.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say some things here. I'm gonna say some things here as if they've occurred, and then you can let it.
Well, so I've got reflexes, so I'm probably the first person to do anything.
Right. So you get to break the rule essentially, Adam. But we'll just step through it and you'll see how it works.
Yeah, okay.
It'll sound like I'm being super unfair, but you can resist what's happening right now.
So you made a game that works the way you GM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, just to talk about the game very briefly, like a problem that happens sometimes is if you just start introducing things in little baby steps, things kind of never happen. They get like micro resolved and with this method, like I get to say a bunch of cool things that the Red Sashes are doing, and then we'll see if they actually really work out or not.
Yeah.
You gotta give us some pain, give us a little heat.
Yeah. So, all these things happen basically at the same time. This place has electric lights, which is not that unusual, but it makes it a little nicer than it would otherwise be. And they buzz and spark just for like a brief second, and then pop and go out. And in that instance of darkness, electrical light arcs through the room. Yeah.
I immediately blame Oscar.
And this is all bullet time still, so we're gonna find out what happens. But the electricity arcs through, and this fog starts to ascend through the factory windows in the ceiling. This like cold, just chilling fog.
So they brought a whisper.
Yeah, they did.
Actually, so I think like the lights buzz and pop. Can we get a conversational moment in?
Sure.
So I think Cantor, would you say something like Oscar or like not again or?
I'd probably just look at you like, what is this fucking bullshit, man?
And you see me like dead fucking serious. Like I look almost like confused for a second, and then you see my mask start crawling from like my pack and onto my face, and what I say is, they brought a whisper.
Yes. And so I'm so glad you mentioned that, Strash, because the next thing that happens is all about this mask. So you have a spirit mask, and we've established that yours is extra weird and like crawls onto your face and stuff. So in the bullet time that's happening, the mask is moving into place. The dead body that Cantor blew away, in your ghost whisper sight, you see his ghost stand up out of the corpse.
Whoa.
And this electrical power that's flowing through the room is like pulling him out of the body, kind of. And he's just a few feet away from Cantor. Cantor doesn't see him, obviously. But Adam, what you see is your breath like goes cold in this electrical light in front of you, and this ice crystals start to form. This happened to you before, actually, when you were asleep one time. Ice crystals start to form on your clothes. Your gun is like, freezing up. Strash, Oscar sees this ghost, like it's this translucent, it's the Ghostbusters ghost style, right? Like translucent blue humanoid kind of figure with glowing eyes. It lurches up out of the body towards Cantor, like it's driven by vengeance. And on top of that, RC, you see this fluttering silken scarf material. It must be weighted on the end or something.
Yeah.
It whips past your head, wraps one of your arms to your body, like whips around your body and wraps you up.
Yeah.
And another one from another angle arcs down to like noose your neck.
Yeah.
Coming from the ceiling, from the windows in the...
From the windows that are just like fogged up so we can't see what's up there.
Yeah, and this is all coordinated. Like as the fog comes out, the scarves shoot out, the ghost pops out of the body, and they just like SWAT team you, like bang, like flash bang you. So Cantor, a ghost is trying to grab and possess you.
I see a whole lot of Oscar not doing his job up in here.
Oscar, oh shit, I forgot something. Sorry, there's it's even worse, Oscar. It's even worse. So there's another thing that's been going on behind the scenes. Oscar has been working with this ghost, Silver, who's been trying to teach him the special Jedi ability to like not have his ghost destroyed if his body gets destroyed.
Right.
And
quickly, Oscar, become more powerful than they can possibly imagine. Do it.
Right in this moment, when this whisper stuff goes down, Silver takes her opportunity. And as your mask is coming down over your face, she manifests next to you, and her ghostly hand wraps around your mouth. And she tries to stop you. She tries to, grab you and keep you from doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So let's start the round of nopes.
What would we like to say nope to?
Well,
so just for rules clarity here, technically Adam is first. Adam has a special ability, reflexes. You get to beat anyone to the punch doing whatever you want to beat them to the punch.
well, I want to get. I'm seeing a lot of shit happening that I can't do anything about, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even think about the ghost stuff or like the floaty fucking scarves or whatever. I'm like, just give me a motherfucker I can put a bullet in. So I don't they're not in here. I'm gonna go look for them. I'm gonna just like burst out into the street or whatever with gun ready, looking for somebody to shoot.
Right. So what you can do is if you want to, you can draw a bead on one of them just before the fog hits. They like land next to the windows on the rooftop, and one of them is whirling his scarf.
Yeah.
And in your reflexes time, you like see the dude just as the fog comes through the ceiling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
you can totally reflex that shit and shoot him if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's the plan.
Okay, cool. Let's start with that then. So
Okay.
that will be at least one of the dudes attacking RC, depending on how this goes. So let's figure out what happens first.
Okay. So I've got 2 for skirmish.
Yep.
What else should I add to this? Anything?
You can push yourself for 2 stress for a die, or we can give you a devil's bargain.
Question, John, you were saying that that we might be acting or we might be making a resistance roll. Is the reason why we're going with action rather than resistance because Cantor isn't trying to like negate anything that happened. He's taking an action sort of independent of the things that you've announced so far.
It's because Cantor has the reflexes as a special ability.
Okay.
So it means he always goes first, except unless someone has reflexes too.
Cool.
So he would be resisting the ghost first, but because of his power, he gets to do something before the resistance.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The part where they have the initiative has kind of already happened.
So is this desperate or?
Yeah. So let's talk about what you're doing. So you're hanging out with your handgun. You don't carry a rifle or anything, right? You have like pistols.
No, we got pistols. Yeah.
You're just gonna like draw, cock, fire through the ceiling, and are you gonna try to like one shot this dude?
Yeah. I'm not down for like. I mean, if you shoot at somebody and they don't die, you have failed at shooting them. So, yeah, I want to ice the dude.
Quick draw, one shot, death blow. Going for great effect, essentially.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah,
I would call that a desperate.
Yeah. I mean, reasonably speaking, you can also lay suppressive fire and make dudes back off.
I'm gonna suppress this asshole's entire life. Is what I'm gonna do. I don't fucking suppressive fire.
There are options. Yes, I like it.
Cantor's. That's the thing. Cantor's very like non-military. Like, there's no tactical thought. There's just like, there's a motherfucker I want dead. So
dead,
I will use this thing that I have that makes people dead on him, and he will die.
Exactly.
It's the hope, anyway.
Yeah. All right. So 2 dice of skirmish. It's desperate. You're going for great effect.
So I get the additional die for desperate because I'm a daredevil.
Nice.
So I got 3, and I'll stress for another one. So I'll take 4.
Nice.
Sweet.
Okay.
And
now you
said
XP
for your desperate roll.
Now help no longer adds dice, but it does add effect or potency, right?
Help changes your position.
Mm.
But it requires an action.
And we're not in the place because we don't have reflexes to be acting. So we could help, but not right now. So
correct. Yep.
Yeah. Word. Okay.
So Adam, you're 4 dice in this dude in the face.
Totally.
Desperate roll.
I'm doing such a thing. I got 6.
There it is. Every time, Adam 6 Kobold, they call him.
Yeah, because he's good at role playing.
It's true. My skills are immaculate. I have a lot of practice. So I mean, that's the thing is like I see somebody who's doing bad shit and then I end them.
Yeah, so you do. I mean, it's great effect. Whether or not it's instant death, it's definitely a mortal wound. And you see the guy. He's dressed in Arubian robes with a big wide belt. His hair's in this complicated braid like Arubians do. He has a pointy beard, and he's got a curved sword on his belt, and he's just starting to whirl the first of the scarves to pin RC's arms, and you blast.
I was just saying that I just Indiana Jones this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's almost. I mean, cinematically, like he's got the kind of whipping action going on. So
yeah.
So boom, the gun goes off. He tumbles backwards out of view. And now we're into.
Or falls limply down into the.
That's right. I saved you. I saved you.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, the scarf is like Jurassic Parking down.
Well, you said they're like weighted, right? So like
Yeah.
I imagine that it's
Nice. So you are no longer. Your arms are going to be free now, RC.
cool.
Which may make a difference here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Strosh, it sounded like you knew exactly how you were resisting this bullshit.
So I have a question for you. So I know like the fog is coming in, but I don't care, and the lights are out, and I still don't care. But Silver like reaches around, and I give her this look like this was not a wise decision. So I have one of two plays here, and I want to ask you about the first one because if this one works,
You look at her like, not now, baby.
oh no, I'm like, you'll pay for this later. But right now I'm in a bit of a jam, right? Like I need to control the ghost off of Cantor, because if I don't, then we go from 3 against God knows how many to like
2 against God knows how many
plus one. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the question that I have is, the ghost of Silver is bound to my anchor, right? Like that was the deal, right?
Yeah, that was the deal.
So if I reach into my pack and I throw the anchor, is she gonna go with it?
She should.
She should. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and kill 2. This is like Oscar has like a split second to decide, and my decision is essentially to reach in, grab the anchor, and throw it at the other ghost. So what I'm trying to do is basically pin both of them to the corner of the room and deal with them like after this.
Sure.
So the other option I have, and this is why I wanted to talk to you, is just to basically resist her and be like, no, I've beaten you once, you ain't got nothing on me, and just command the other ghost. So
yeah, so she shouldn't be able to do what she's doing right now. Something is wrong with that situation. So yeah, if you don't do something about her, like I feel like you need to resist her ghost grapple before you do anything else.
Okay.
I say resist ghost grapple, then Angry Birds the 2 ghosts with the anchor.
I was thinking more like this is Oscar's like Chinese action movie moment, like just like wire fu and fucking throwing shit around and like ghosts and stuff. It's
which
cool.
you can totally do. You just need to be free to do it, so that Silver is on you.
all right. So straight up resistance roll. My resolve is 3.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna.
So the way it works now, just so you know, well, there's actually options, but we're gonna try hardcore mode tonight. So when you resist, you just take whatever stress comes up. There's no choice after that. You just.
No, it's fine. It's so it's 6 minus size die, right?
Yep.
So nothing.
Nice, like a boss.
Yeah,
Nice.
word. Good one.
So I think there's that moment where she reaches around my face and she starts trying to like sink her fingers in to initiate the possession.
Yeah.
And I look over my shoulder at her, and that like look is, oh no, you didn't.
Nice.
But all right.
Yeah. So
Fuck.
you can tell that your control over her that you're supposed to have is like suspended for some reason. But when you give her the look, she actually stops, not because of magical power, but she's just like,
This is we will talk about this later. But all right, so I'm not going to Angry Birds. I think I'm just going to turn around and look at that secondary ghost that's being juiced by whatever's coming through the environment, and I'm just going to like, oh no, let me do something cool and cinematic. I think there's this moment where Oscar pulls down his shirt, and you realize that he has used some of the ink that he's been working with to tattoo like a black band around his neck.
Nice.
And you see the ink actually start crawling up, and then like his skin bulges and you see it like sink into like his neck, and then you see it start filling up his eyes, like they turn pitch black. And I'm gonna reach forward and basically just I'm using my command power. I'm gonna reach out and try and just break like essentially command the ghost that's trying to grab Cantor.
Oh yeah, yes to all of that.
All that good shit.
What I also heard was I've been tattooing myself with demon ink.
Did we not discuss the principle of not getting high on your own supply? Did we not talk about this already?
But Oscar refined it. He was the real deal.
Yeah, sure.
I had to make sure it
Look,
worked.
we just had a bunch of extra crack, so I smoked it. Whatever.
Like you do.
It was just sitting there. Well, come
Hey,
on.
somebody had to hurt Jesse.
I will point out that it is weird and mystical. I've been researching it, and I am causing trouble for my own gang, which we will talk about later. But right now, there's
I get why you did it. I just don't necessarily think it was a smart idea. But we'll talk about it later.
The reason I bring it up is you just devil's bargained yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you get a bonus die for that. Because
All right.
I'm going to make a note in my notebook about the demon ink in your body, so you should definitely take the bonus die now.
Yeah, no, just go ahead and take that, Strash. No problem. Whatever. Yep.
Keep curating more tattoos.
Wait till you start seeing like the eyes that open up with the ink later. But
yep. Yeah, I just can't wait for that.
But there's a 5 on command. Although we should have established whether that's desperate or not.
Yeah, no, we had a little more to say there. So
all right.
I mean, it's fine, but what are you trying to do? Are you trying to drive the thing off of Cantor, or are you trying to
fully control it?
Fully control it. Okay.
Yeah, issue commands. So if we're making a bargain, I mean, my priority is don't have Cantor possessed, but I'm driving for control.
If you want to just like get the thing with your anchor so it's under your sway and it's just out of the fight right now, that'll be desperate. To just take full control of it, like bang, then yeah, that's desperate.
I'll take the desperate roll. It's fine.
Cool. Okay, so desperate 5 results in a consequence. Let's see which one it is, or how many it is.
That's one thing I do very much like, John, is the consequences are one or more of these things. So.
Yes, they are. I think that was your feedback, Sean, actually, that led to that.
Oh, well.
Just to basically
even better than
fits the fiction. You don't feel as constrained. You can just do whatever suits the moment there. Severe harm, serious complication. You lose this opportunity for action. That's fun, but we're not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to go for severe harm.
He said so casually.
Yeah.
So
don't even worry about it. Just a little severe harm.
You stare down Silver, and she stops in her tracks, in her ghostly tracks. You hurl your spirit anchor, which is it's like a little stone, I think. Is that what it?
Yeah, it's like it's a bracelet made of bone, actually. But
oh, right, okay. You hurl it, and it like hits the ghost and like freezes inside its ectoplasmic form. And normal people can see it like seize in the air, and this electrical impulse cracks out of it, kind of illuminating the ghost.
Wreck that ghost.
You can kind of see through the ghost, but the enemy whispers is already commanding the ghost.
Oh my god, counter hacking.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna get back hacked.
So his control gets blown away by your power, and you just eat the feedback. So this electrical lightning bolt basically just cracks back and hits Oscar.
That's the name of Oscar's first album, Eat the Feedback. A really good guitar solo.
No, this is awesome. So John,
it's going to be level 3 harm, electrocuted.
Can I say nope and roll for stress, or is this just done?
No, you can resist it. Yep.
Okay, so I also have Tempest. So I think I see this lightning coming towards me, and I'm totally going to pull like a Zuko from Avatar, where I push my hand forward, and you see some of that ink form a line, and then open, and it's like a baleful red eye, and I'm just going to eat the lightning straight into it.
You're going to absorb it into your...
Hell yeah, I am! So let's do this.
Oh, okay. All right, so...
The Wizard Sith.
1 stress, says the dice.
1 stress. Okay, so that in this case, it's going to reduce the harm to level 2. So instead of electrocuted, it'll just be blasted. Let's call it.
Seems fair. Seems legit.
Yep. I love it. I'm eating it for breakfast.
Yeah, so instead of electrocuting you and like stopping your heart and dropping you to the floor, it goes into the eye and then burns the eye on the back of your hand. That's the same symbol as it just like sears your flesh. And
a little blow through. Never hurt anybody.
Blasted Hand. Let's call it that instead.
That's the second album.
Cool. Yeah. Blasted Hand.
The Blasted Hand.
I thought that was the number one single.
Right, yeah, on Eat the Feedback.
On Eat the Feedback, yeah.
Nice. So yeah, Cantor doesn't even really realize like the out of the corner of your eye you see the necklace like churn and then like spin off onto the floor and spark. But what was that? Who knows?
Whatever. The lights were going out. Shit was happening.
Cool. And then RC, the second loop is noose is like
right
coming to grab you by the throat.
So RC was if you'll permit it, I think RC was on the sort of second level catwalk next to the rooms.
Yeah.
Because she'd be like overseeing things. She'd want that like top vantage point to see how shit was going.
So this guy's actually trying to like pull you off the banister and hang you.
And that's kind of what I'm going to go with actually. Since the first one didn't get my arm, I'm going to reach up and this is going to be probably my resistance rolling into action.
Sure.
Because my plan is while he's still got a really strong hold on it, I grab it so it's not choking me and I leap off the banister to yank him down with me. My goal is to pull him down through the window, and so that we'll be tussling on the ground. And just that jerk of me going a whole flight down onto one of those beds below is gonna just surprise him enough to yank him through the window after me and come crashing down.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry. I'm sure the prostitutes will break your fall.
Luckily, they're not working right now. Haven't set up shop. So
good thing I landed on all these sex workers.
So
I had a nickel.
Start with resistance or start
with resistance. So I'm threatening you with severe harm here. I'm gonna hang you by my noose.
Yeah.
Are you gonna resist it with your physical prowess? It seems probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. So you're gonna roll your prowess and take whatever stress to
see what that is. Oh, that's not so hot. It's all good. Take some stress here. Let's pull that. Why am I not? I'd take that roll, although it's there we go. That's not mine.
Wait, I don't see your roll.
No, I don't. Something just rolled, but hold on a second.
You just rolled A16. You rolled
that
the number 16. What are you trying to roll, Sean?
I was trying to roll a D6. I just typed.
There you go.
Oh, ouch.
Wait, is your prowess really 1?
Yeah, I only have skirmish.
Oh wow.
Let's get your head popped off. Bloop.
Yeah.
Well, this is a stressful maneuver for you then. You take 5 stress.
I'm leaping off of the freaking banister. Yeah.
Yeah, but because of the nature of this move, like because you're not pinned because of what Cantor did, like you don't just reduce the harm here, you actually just slip out of the noose completely. Like it doesn't do anything to you.
Awesome.
You take 5 stress. How are you on stress? Did that matter?
I was clean.
Oh, good.
Last time I overindulged and got all my stress.
Right.
So, while 5 stress is me crashing down a flight, a story.
Yeah, you sort of duck out. It misses you, and then you grab onto the scarf, right?
Yeah. Awesome. And now I want to take them with me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll my skirmish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're basically trying to completely turn the tables on this dude. It's his sneak attack, and you're gonna you're not just gonna like break free or disarm him or something. You're gonna actually hurl him down to the floor, right?
Right.
So that sounds like pretty serious effect to me. Like you're gonna try to take him out with this move, essentially.
I'm totally happy to be scrapping with him. I kind of want to.
Oh, okay.
I'm totally happy to say this just pulls him down to the point where I can fight with him because the lights are out. I can't see up there anymore.
Yeah.
My goal is I figure he's going to fall down, get a little dusted, and then we're going to face off. So
Okay. In that case, let's call it difficult.
okay.
He obviously wants to attack you, so he's gonna go with it. He's not gonna like try to keep you from pulling him. He's gonna leap down two, and it's like who gets the upper hand here in this movie.
Right. And I have a devil's bargain to throw out if this feels juicy enough, is that this whole like crashing through the window and jumping off banisters and crashing down on the ground is going to do some serious collateral damage to our newfound establishment. If that's like significant, or if this is the kind of stuff you just kind of dust up and sweep and throw away and it wouldn't be significant, then it's not worth the devil's bargain. But if repairs needing to be done are significant, then I would take that this was doing some damage.
Yeah, you definitely could. You could like brace yourself and rip the guy through the window sideways, so he smashes himself on the frame and breaks it out. And
I think so.
You know, it's a more effective move, but you're gonna rain shards of glass everywhere and
exactly
smash the banister. And yeah, sure, okay, that's cool.
That's legit.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Definitely. See if I can.
Ooh, hey, look at that.
There we go. That's what I wanted.
Boom. 6 with standard effect. So you get him. He goes to pull his sword as he feels you pull him. He goes with you, but then you like rip it sideways and crash him into the window frame and tear it loose. So he tumbles instead of being all red sash, graceful swordsman.
Nice.
And he hits heavily on the bed, like middle of the back, kind of knocking the wind out of it, kind of thing.
And these guys are such literalists. Like, they're actually attacking us with red scarves. It's a good thing the name of their gang isn't the Cybernetic Sharks or something.
You gotta watch out for those guys.
Dude,
Like,
they could have a shtick.
T-Rexes.
the enormous machine guns.
Wait, Cantor, your plan was not for us to be dealing drugs out of 6 towers. Like that's where we're going, man. We're gonna have 6 towers.
Working up
That's
to
right.
it.
Yeah.
Working up to it.
I mean, right? We're getting there. But
Nice. So you are able to land on this Red Sash, who are known to be master swordsmen. He doesn't have his sword out. He's gasping for breath, and RC like lands on top of him, and you're like wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All of that stuff happens. Crazy magic and lightning, sashes, guy gets pulled to the ceiling, Cantor shoots a dude. All that goes down, and then in the beat after that, as the fog is like dropping into the darkness of the room, you hear more of these little like silken like zzz through the air, and then boots softly hitting the floor in the room. What do you do? What do you do
Oh,
next?
as dudes are descending down these sashes. Wow,
I'm issuing a command.
Sashes.
Yeah, Strash, what are you doing?
So remember, I made the roll to control the ghost.
Yes,
right?
you got him. He's yours.
And I'm seeing through Mystic Sight, right? So I'm seeing these dudes coming down. Is there anyone in particular that looks, I don't know, interesting, bigger and badder, has some fancy weapon, something not important? Who's closest to
sadly,
me?
he didn't get to make it to this attack because of the gang war.
No, it's perfectly fine. Who's the closest to the ghost?
There's a guy with 2 long curvy daggers.
Sweet. As he's coming down the sash, since I have control of the ghost, then I have my 1 command, right?
Yeah.
The command's going to be possess him.
Oh shit. Okay.
So however many -1 +1 to our side.
Yeah, nice. Let's I'll just roll this Red Sash to see how possessed he gets here. Let's see how resistant to possession is.
Even if he's just taken out of the fight, it's fine. I just need
Actually, let's roll for the ghost instead. It's his move.
perfect.
Let's call this 3d6. Mixed. Okay, so you see the guy land with his knives drawn, and he stalks forward. It's obvious like he can't really see super well either. He's kind of daredeviling his way, like cocking his head with his, trying to sort of hone in on where you are. Nice. And then the bone necklace like rattles, and he looks out of the corner of his eye, and the ghost like tries to push into his body, but he doesn't get him, and they like grapple, and the guy falls sideways, gasping like, and electricity's sparking off his body.
Good
and
enough.
they're fighting. He's not possessed, but he's being possessed by this ghost.
I'm going to
some frightening shit going on there.
Yeah, I'm going to pass action to my friends. But what I'm doing is I'm watching for that whisper. So that's what I'm looking for.
Right. You want to try to figure out where the power's coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cancer, what are you doing? You hear a total of 4. One of them just got possessed, but 3 more boot sounds dropping into the room. It's not pitch dark. Like there's just enough light where you can kind of like prowl around and try to find each other.
Well, I mean, I would like to continue what I was doing before and just ice another motherfucker.
Yeah. So you're gonna look for someone to shoot.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah. I'm gonna keep lighting the place up with these brief like flashes of pistol fire.
Nice. So you're just standing in the middle of the room, like calmly, like reload your gun, and then just stand there and like scan around.
Yeah.
Not taking cover, nothing like that. Okay. Cool.
Ursi's pretty obvious. You know, like where she is because she's fucking wrestling around with the dudes. That's like one area not to shoot. I mean, unless you're, feeling they're like bringing the PvP on early. But other than that,
So these guys are they're quiet. They're good at this. They're going to duck and dodge out of your way here. I'm going to say this is desperate to just hold your ground and like try to pick one of them off in the darkness.
Sure. I do desperate well. Desperate's my thing.
That is your thing. Totally. Yeah. And it's particularly desperate because you didn't move. You shot the flash of your gun before. They're definitely going to like zero in on you.
Sure.
So by just holding your ground here, you're taking a big risk. Okay.
That's cool with me. I'm into it.
Yeah, so you see, you stand there for a beat and like hang your pistol across, and you see a little glint of light off a curved sword blade as it catches the electricity from the ghost. Kablam!
Yeah, and this time I'm not gonna take more stress because that's a quick way to run out of stress.
Yes, it is. Does anyone have a devil's bargain for Cantor?
Well, you were sort of implying that they are honing in on him. So it seems like even if he shoots one dude, there's 3 that all know where he is. It's pretty reasonable that some dude's going to jump him, even if he waxes some other guy that he might be underneath or tackled by, or I don't know, sword stabbed even by one of the other guys that have.
Yeah, that's a fair move. Like if you really take your time and be patient, you get a bonus die, but someone's going to jump you basically if you do that, or you can just rush it a little bit and hope.
Yeah, I don't take my time. I'm not patient about shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take my 3 dice. That's fine.
All right, desperate, go for it.
Okay. Ba-bam.
Man, 6 is all day, every day.
That's right. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so you see the glint, and boom, the pistol reports again, and super loud, even in this high-ceilinged room. And you see the sword like angle off into the dark, and the sound of a body hitting the floor, and then you hear the guy like groaning, rolling around.
Nice.
But just behind you, there's like rushing footsteps headed right in your direction, but they don't get a chance to attack you right then.
Okay, cool.
That's gonna happen here in a second, but
Oh, fuck that noise.
Sean,
Let me know when I can act.
So RC, I imagine she's like still got the sash that was hung, and so she's like trying to wrap it around this guy's head, like to slow him down, and she's like smashing him into the into the bedpost, but that's not her action. That's flavor. Like he could reverse this. Her action is to call Cyclops and all the other thugs that we brought that are mostly sailors.
Yeah.
And yell out, in the Ink Black Sea, we can't find when on Ink Black Sea when it's pitch black, we still always know where the Leviathans are. Basically, like, there's no like battle formation, but she just like rallies her dudes. Like, we know where they are. You know, we fight demons larger than this city. These are nothing. They've broken in our home. Let's make them regret it. And I'm just gonna stick all our dudes on all these dudes because that's what we got dudes for.
Nice.
We got
thugs. Right, and they're bewildered in the darkness. They don't know what to do. They're standing there with their thumbs up their asses. And once again, Arcee's like, "Get on deck!
Get on deck, do your fucking job."
That's right.
Awesome.
So yes, I'd like to command our thugs. Now, because they're a gang, they're a loyal savage gang of quality 1. I don't know how gang size rules and whatnot interact, but I assume that since there's like 4 dudes down here, or maybe 3 dudes down here, that I can operate on a level of impeding or stopping the batch of them, or
yes.
Or,
yes, you totally can. The Red Sashes as a whole, like they're a tier above you. They're a little bigger scale.
Sure.
In this particular case, that's more represented by how deadly these 4 dudes are.
Yeah.
They kind of count as a medium gang, but that puts you, you know, a little below them. But
Okay.
But yeah, it still lets you attempt it and, you know, get these guys into the fight instead of, because it's only been like 8 seconds or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're like, hey, come on, we have a gang. Do your fucking job.
Right. And I imagine that all the action happened like hours ago. So by now they're like wondering what the hell they're fucking still doing here. So this is
they were just kind of like standing around. Some of them are out in the courtyard probably. They're just like not really doing anything.
Yeah.
So nice.
So this guy is gonna totally, like, you're trying to do something with the scarf, and he does these crazy moves with it where like you go to tie his hands and then his hands pop free and he's got it around your throat and like he's doing all this like scarf kung fu on you.
I dig it.
Now you can just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna resist that, and my action is command. It sounds like that's what you're doing. Like, I'm not gonna fight this guy right now. I'm just gonna resist his strangulation with whatever, and then command my guys.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm not even necessarily like some of RC's commands might even be like choked, because it's not even like I'm like dominating him necessarily physically. I'm just like I'm going to make sure I get out the order.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to resist it if you don't want to. You like, at the end of this command, he can have you trussed up and choking you on the floor. If you don't want to resist that.
That's great actually. I like that. Fuck it, I don't resist that. I'll totally be being choked out.
Your stress is pretty high, so resistance for you right now is a little risky. So
Careful, Arcee. Careful.
You give up on the kung fu and give the commands, and he like wraps.
I believe in Arcee.
Okay, so you're gonna roll command.
Yep.
I outscale you, and I'm higher quality, so your effect here is going to be limited.
Okay.
But it's, I feel like it's a dominant position. Like, there's no problem here. Like, they're here and ready to fight. They're loyal.
Right.
They're going to jump right into the fray. Yeah, I don't think you're taking a big risk by.
Right. I don't think they're particularly freaked out by fighting in the dark. I mean, they're not they don't have super great night vision, but like this whole like the fog and the dark, that's totally natural for dudes on boats. So
that's every day.
That's every day. So this is not like, and these guys aren't supernatural necessarily. They're just skilled swordsmen. So I don't think our thugs are going to have a hard time navigating it. But yeah, they are clearly not up to the same level. So. I'm rolling command. I don't think I'm going to take the stress for an extra die because that would put me really, really close.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would take a devil's bargain, but I'm not seeing one right now.
I think you might know something to say to these guys that would throw them further in, like it might put them more at risk, but you might be able to get them to throw true caution to the wind and really surge into attack without protecting themselves very well. So some of them are going to get severely hurt if you.
The other thing I just thought of is I just said something which they might and take literally, which is I just said like they just broke into your home, like your turf. Like they might take that very literally as I just gave them this parlor, this brothel. I didn't really think about it, but it just occurred to me that they might be like, yeah, this is our place, which is why they would want to defend it more. But they would also then assume that it was kind of theirs. I don't know how in claims and turf and stress that actually works, if that makes sense. But
that feels like a lot for an extra die. That's going to turn into a huge problem.
I'll take well that's exciting to me as well, but
well yeah, fair enough.
Like you can make that mistake later, but right now
yeah, no, let's put them in more danger. Let's put them in a.
You want to go for that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take that.
They're fine thugs. They'll be fine. Thugs. Or not. Good roll, Sean.
My.
Oh my god, so many dice and so low totals there.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so fortunately for you it was dominant. A miss on dominant is actually not super bad. You're blocked, you hesitate, or you falter. Well, yeah, you're being choked, so that makes sense.
Being choked, yeah.
You can press on by seizing a difficult opportunity here.
Yeah.
Or you can just withdraw, give up on commanding the gang right now, and.
No, I'm pressing on.
Okay.
I feel like I have to address this dude that's choking me out here. Like, obviously, I'm still surrendered to the fact that I'm going to be choked at the end of this. So I can't be like, I'm gonna ninja fu this dude and kick his ass. But I mean, if this, RC had her sword in the beginning of this, and I was going to sword fight this dude. I'm totally like happy to have dropped it at this point, have both my hands just trying to do this so that I'm also sort of disarmed. I don't know if that represents a riskier situation. It doesn't really put my dudes in more risk, but
right, yeah. I think
or just drawing attention to myself.
I actually like that. Like you're giving, because you're gonna have to deal with not getting killed by this dude.
Yeah.
And instead of keeping your weapon and protecting yourself, you're like losing this thing that could protect you in exchange for one more gasped attempt at and maybe he disarms you even, and instead of fighting back, you just pull down the scarf and you feel him like toss your sword aside, and you're like, nope, I'm gonna do it.
Nope. Okay, I'm doing it.
So what happened was you just got off a bit of a strangled cry, and you hear Cyclops say, "Boss," and then you're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it."
All right. So I'm gonna hold off on what I say until we see what this roll is like.
Okay.
Not as shitty as the last one. Is it the same? It's the same dice though, right? It's
the Devil's Bargain is still in effect. So yeah, go ahead.
Just now I'm doing risky.
Yeah.
Oh, for F6.
Oh man, dude, I can type.
You can just hit up and it brings up the last roll you used.
All right. Well,
don't let me tell you not to roll as many F as you want, but
I can roll F like nobody's business. Right. I can't even see that last die. What is it?
Well, F all day. You got a 5, a 2, and 2 3s.
I got a 5. All right. Okay. Cool.
All right. So You do it, but there's a consequence.
Yeah, sure. Oh,
Yeah.
so since I do it, I say, fucking kill them!
Nice. And you hear rough blades drawn out, and one of the other ones from like the other side of the room coming out of the gambling room is like, what? Who? And you hear Cyclops. He's just like, just do it! And you hear this like he like kicks over one of the screens with the fabric on it. Oh no, I know what Cyclops does. They're savage, right?
Yeah.
He you hear this like spark and flint sound, and off in the corner there's this cast of sparks and fire, and he lights one of the bed things on fire.
Nice.
to provide light. He's just like, boom, and it goes up.
Because it's shitty fabric. It just lights right up, right?
Yeah. You end up in a desperate position against this dude.
Nice.
You
That's
don't
perfect.
say.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. You get it off, and then you just your vision tunnels out, and he's got you. He's just gonna choke you unconscious. You got that last second before you go away.
Nice. We'll see what I do with that last second.
Yeah. What's happening in the mix here? Strauss was saying like, no, I have a thing. I'm doing a thing.
Yeah, right. Pull the camera off for a second.
If we want to, we can just roll into RC if you want to.
Well, I know what I would do, but I'm also totally happy to have the camera come back to me after like, the life is nearly choked out of me.
That's fine. So I'll say about the gang briefly. They get a little bit of light. The Red Sashes, you see them like scatter off into the dark corners of the room. You can see them very briefly in the flash of fire. And then the back door gets kicked open. A bunch of tattooed sailors come running in. The front door, there's a couple guys out there. They bang it open, and they're like, what's going on? They're drawing swords. And they kind of swarm into the room. Instead of being really skillful, they just like corner the Red Sashes. They like push them back into the shadows, more or less. But as they do that, the lead thug is running out, and he just stops suddenly in his tracks and falls face forward onto the floor with this scarf around his neck, and his face is purple, and he's like, and he gets hauled into the dark ahead of the group.
Cool.
Cantor, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just. Can I see? I mean, I can't see much because it's dark, right? But can I tell? Like,
you got a flaming bed now.
Yeah, the bed is casting light around. You see that they like retreat up into sort of the northwest corner of the building there, underneath the foreman's office.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they are. There's no one else in that corner. If you want to just blast away into the dark, you could, or you could do something else.
So the guy that was getting like dragged away.
Yeah.
That we saw. That's one of our dudes, right?
Yeah.
Can I just follow the direction he's being dragged and just fire at that? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you have reflexes. If you want to, you could try to shoot the dude before he.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I want to stop that dude from whatever it is that he thinks that he's doing.
Yeah, that's great. The sash comes flying out, and you like trace it back to its origin and shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So it's skirmish. He has cover here. He's in the dark. I'm gonna say, by default, it'll be a difficult shot with limited effect. If you want to push it up to desperate, you could do more.
I absolutely do.
Of course you do.
Always.
More XP and a bonus die for you.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I never don't. Cool. Okay. And I'll take the extra die for the stress too. I'll take some stress.
Okay.
I'm just like probably like it's all hot in here now, so I'm probably like sweating and like just trying to get like ahead of the people that are like pouring in here and just being like, fuck, I'm gonna like there's a cadence to the shooting where I'm just like, if I hesitate for even a second, like I'm literally just picking the first target and firing, and then like pulling out another pistol and firing it, and like trying to make sure that I'm ahead of the assault.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will roll my roll. All All right, I got 5.
What happened to the 6s,
I
dude?
know, man.
What is going on?
I can't keep the rain up forever.
Desperate 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's easy enough in a battle. Severe harm coming back your way.
Okay.
So you do it. You blast him, and the thug doesn't get choked out.
Mhm.
The scarf, like it wraps around, and then you shoot, and it goes limp on the other end, and the thug just keeps running forward with the thing around his neck.
Mhm.
But at the same time, there's a flash of light from the darkness, and one of the red sashes shoots back at you.
Okay.
And he is going to blast you with a. See, how good are these guys? Well, it's severe harm, so he's going to blast you with level 3 harm, which will be a shattered rib. He's gonna shoot you.
Oof.
Just under your pectoral there, just crack.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you can resist that, or just eat the harm. Your choice.
I mean, it seems prudent to resist it.
If you still have stress to burn, yeah, it's good. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, totally. How much is it? 3?
No, you roll to find out how much.
Okay, cool.
So how much stress do you have now?
I have 4 total that I've taken so far.
So if you take 4 on this, that'll max you out, and you'll take trauma.
Mm-hmm.
If you take 3 or less, then you won't take trauma.
Okay, and then
but you're in the trauma zone, or if you take the harm, you'll record it at level 2, shattered rib.
Sure, and I'm at -1 die for that.
Gives you a penalty die till you heal it. Yeah.
Okay, well I'll try to resist it.
All right.
What do I roll for that?
So you're gonna roll probably your prowess attribute. I think here you're gonna just be tough or speedy to resist harm.
Sure.
So it's the first column of dots under prowess.
Okay, so I got 3.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And then it's gonna be 6 stress minus your high die.
6 stress minus
Minus your highest die.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's see how it goes. Cool.
Nice.
So take 1.
Yep. It ain't nothing to canter.
Try to dodge out of the way. And
So you just
scorch my shirt.
It hits you. You take a flesh wound. It cuts a bloody chunk out of your side.
Oh, but your jacket, your coat, dude.
No, that's what I'm pissed about. Motherfucker! I
Fucking
just
shut up.
bought this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that guy's getting aced so hard. Shooting my coat and blood all over that thing. God damn.
Nice.
The push of the thugs, they go into the darkness. You hear swords clanging, and one of them gets hurled violently out of the darkness and smashes across a bed, and people are crying out, and there's like a general melee. The fire is spreading slightly on the floor, and you can see in the shadows there that there's a group. There's 3 red sashes and 12 tattooed sailors all piling in, and the more they try to press in, these guys are like weaving in and out with their blades and deflecting dudes and
I mean,
pinning.
to be fair, at least there's going to be a lot less of the fucking red sashes tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like the thugs are like holding their own, but if this situation in the corner persists, the red sashes are gonna lose a guy, and the thugs are gonna lose all their guys if it just keeps going the way it is.
Yeah. Right. We still got to intervene to prevent this from being done.
Yeah, but the red sashes are totally like embroiled with the thugs. They can't pay attention to you guys anymore. The guy that shot Adam, you kind of see him in the shadows there. He just like tosses his pistol down and is swarmed by two guys.
So I have a question for you guys. What is our biggest threat right now? Is it the fire? Is it the red sashes in the room, or is it the whisper outside?
What's the danger? It sounds like you want to gather some information to figure that out. Assess the situation. I mean, I think RC would perhaps say that the guy who's choking the life out of her is the biggest threat, but that's a very personal, myopic point of view. That's
Yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, no, it's probably, I haven't seen the Whisper do anything that you haven't stopped. So I think it's the Red Sashes that are going to kill our dudes, our newfound thugs. All our drunken sailors are going to be aced if they're given time. So
Okay. John?
Yeah.
So how many Red Sashes are there?
4 total.
Okay. And how many of them are being handled by our fine thugs? I assume one of them is still rolling around with a ghost on top of them?
Well, yeah, so there's that one. There's 3 in the corner with the thugs, and there's 1 choking RC. So there's 5, technically. I was discounting the possessed guy.
Understood. Of them, it seems like the one choking RC is kind of in the dominant position, and the rest of them are either being handled or
RC's fine.
He's got her good enough now. Like he's slipped the knot through the back and has cinched it up with one hand. He has his sword out.
Is he rolling the knuckles like to break the neck?
No, he's not doing that yet. Because he wants to defend himself. So
Right.
he's just got her incapacitated, and he's like got his sword out and he's ready to fight.
So there's still like mist and fog and cold throughout this, right?
Yeah, there's like about a waist high fog kind of billowing around the room with little sparks of electricity in it.
Do I have any idea where the hell that Whisper is?
Do you know
Outside
where the Whisper
somewhere on the roof? I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah.
If I have any clue.
You can try to get a read on them if you want to. Yeah, you currently don't know where they are.
Nah, fuck that noise. I'm saving RC. So, I think there's this moment where like Oscar like looks at that burnt hand, and he stands there, and he's just like his hand is steaming in the fog. Like it's just steam is rolling off of it because it's still burning, right? And he like inhales and exhales, and you see like mist curling out, and then he inhales and he exhales, and then he just like gestures forward, and you see that he has a blind eye on his hand now. And as he does, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to use my Tempest powers. And when that Red Sash that is tugging on RC takes another step back, I'm freezing the ground under his step so that he goes slipping. And as he goes slipping, I make a vicious gesture upwards with my other hand, and a spike's going to form under him. So I'm just basically just going to try and stab him with ice.
Sweet.
Strash.
Yeah?
Strash.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My internet was stuttering there for a second.
Did you not hear that awesome destruction?
What I heard was you're going to make him slip backward and hit him in an icicle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make him slip backwards, and then I'm going to make an ice spike under him that he's going to land on.
She's gonna Sub-Zero him.
Hell yeah! Fatality this shit.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Okay. So you are going for the fatality. He is not in a good position to defend himself against this. The Whisper is. I'm gonna say this is difficult because you're using the other Whisper's Tempest. You're like drawing its power in and using it for this attack, and so once again you're like clashing with them indirectly. The last time that happened, they ate a lightning bolt, so there's a risk here again of some kind of arcane feedback happening.
Can I make it desperate?
You could make it desperate, yeah. If you want to just like murder the guy, like take full control of the Tempest, make the heart-piercing spike, not just some stuff he falls on and hurts himself. Like, sure, yeah. So you're gonna actually just draw all the fog in the room into one spot, and it all coalesces into this icy weapon. Okay, so yeah, that's desperate. You're going against the Whisper's full power.
So
I sure am.
So you said help increases positioning, right?
Yeah.
I'm happy with desperate. I want the XPs.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
word.
'Cause that's what I was to say. Because I was gonna help, but I don't want to help by reducing it. So I'm happy to not help in this situation because
that happens in Burning Wheel sometimes. Someone's like, no, don't.
Don't help me. I need the
I need
test.
the challenging roll, man. Don't give me another die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we good?
We're good. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm going to spend 2 stress, which brings me to 3 total.
Yep.
And here we go.
Do it.
5.
Okay.
You do it with a consequence. So it goes the way you wanted. The guy loses his footing. The slip knot uncoils, and Arcee, you feel him fall backward, and then there's this horrible, like, fleshy sound, and a bit of blood like spatters you on the back of the ear, and you hear the guy like
Gross.
slowly sliding down the ice shard, and then just as it like passes through his heart and he goes limp, the whole thing turns into fog again and blasts at Oscar, like comes rushing across the floor and hits you with this sort of steaming wave front of tempest.
Nope.
Yeah, it's gonna like hurl you backwards and smash you against the back wall. But you're gonna resist that, of course.
Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah, this is severe harm. It's gonna smash your bones and give you a concussion and everything. What are you resisting with?
Willpower. I'm actually, since I had control of the Tempest, we're essentially fighting over it, and I'm like, I will pay 0 to basically be like, nope, and I'll push back. It'll no doubt shove me, and I might even get rattled, but
I think it's like a airbender situation here. Like you hold focus and it splits in front of you and smashes into the back wall of the building, and it like peels the wallpaper off, and a board like smashes loose and hangs on its nail. Yeah, and then the fog dissipates and is gone. Let me just have a quick look-see on possession, dude.
Ghost wizards.
Yep, that'll do it.
Wow, yep.
So the ghost like just totally possesses the guy, and he lays there on the floor for a second and then stands up and stares blankly at you.
Nice. That was your one command, right? You could do it again, right? You could try and command him again.
I could.
Awesome. Yeah,
So,
I'm pretty happy to not be choked to death.
yeah, no, you're free.
Yep.
You're free to act.
Now you had said the implication of my last roll was that I was in a desperate situation. That was tied up in the dude like having me choked and
Yeah.
Fix that for you.
Right. So I don't feel. Oh, I guess it depends on my action, but I don't think inherently I'm in a desperate situation. Although I'm happy to be. But
I don't think you are, actually. I think it's funny because you were trying not to steal Strash's XP, and then he stole yours. So
yeah,
depends on how you look at it.
it's good. No, I was gonna have a moment with this dude on top of me, but now he's impaled, so that's hell awesome.
I was gonna have a moment with this dude on top of me.
That's my first album.
A moment with this dude on top of me.
Yeah, and far off in the distance, you hear like, what is it? The third of the
third
pealing death bell.
Yep.
As the guy goes cold next to you.
Yeah, that's nice. And there's no icicle left because it's all evaporated back in fog.
Yeah.
Sweet. My dudes are not doing well because
they're kind of holding their own, sort of.
Yep.
They're in trouble.
Right. They're in trouble because the Sashes are using the fact that they're backed into a corner to mitigate the mob. If the Sashes were out in the middle of this room, my dudes would just clobber the fuck out of them.
They just surround them. Yeah.
But because they're kind of back to back and back to the wall, they're able to fight them off their superior swordsmen. So I need to end that.
Okay.
I need to get them out. And my dudes are all surrounding them. So I have no idea how one of these fucking weighted sash things works, but I've seen this happen.
You don't have the weighted sash weapon proficiency.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got one wrapped around my throat right now. So I'm gonna unwind it, and all I need to do is grab an arm, grab a neck, grab anything to. I'm gonna step up on one of the beds so I get some height, throw it down on one of the guys in the corner, and yank him into my guys so that they can just pulverize him. They can just surround him and just beat the shit out of him.
I'm gonna drag him into the mosh pit.
I'm gonna drag him into the pit because once he's in the pit, he's got no defense, and my dudes can all get. Because right now they're probably fighting with each other just to get into that corner.
Yeah, it's like right now it's like deadly blades. If they get too close, they can't really swarm on them because it's just too too deadly. But yeah, you're gonna just pull this guy into the that's awesome.
And he's gonna and I don't know how to use this thing.
Yeah, you're totally getting your desperate roll that you wanted.
So I feel like I'm going for desperate roll because I might hit one of my own dudes. I don't know.
Well, there's a very good chance. I mean, the guy you're throwing the sash to is a master of using the sash.
That's
so
okay. That's good.
There's a real risk here that when the other end connects with him, he's going to do something to you with it.
That's fine. I'll take it. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm skirmishing. I don't particularly have a devil's bargain that I can think of necessarily.
I'd give you a bonus die here if you feel like RC, and I feel like this is possible. Like she's developed a commander persona with the sailors.
Yeah.
If one of them out of the corner of their eye, let's say it's Cyclops actually, he sees what you're doing, so he's like, fuck it, and I'm gonna distract this guy. And he like takes his cleaver and tries to fence with the red sash, and he's just gonna eat blade. Maybe not deadly, we'll see how bad it is for him.
See, this is a fun point when you finally start saying maybe I don't want the devil's bargain. I will not take that. I think that's awesome. I think it's a great devil's bargain. And when RC sees Cyclops, she's like, hold. She sees him ready to go, and she's like, hold the fucking line, and makes him falter for a moment that he doesn't do it. Like I think in the fiction he was going to, but
totally,
I'm not taking it.
Cool.
So we'll just roll my dose dice.
Desperate skirmish.
All right, that's your.
And if you guys try to remember to mark your desperate actions as we go.
I'm keeping track
hard
of
to
them.
remember later on. So
yeah. What did I get?
There is. You got 5.
Got a 5.
What happened? Oh, there they go. Okay.
Yeah. Internet's being a little slow.
I am all happy to succeed in this taking harm, so you know.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So, severe harm.
Actually, I'm happy to take harm, and I am battle-born, which gives me armor in physical combat. So I'm happy to take harm, and I'm happy to tell the harm to.
Yeah, fuck directly off.
You can just fucking.
I'll take harm and put it in the garbage.
Yeah.
So you get you loop it in, and it like wraps around their dagger arm, and it drags their dagger offline, and you try to do a maneuver and like pull them into the mosh pit, but just as you do that, they twist the thing around their body and stamp on the sash in the middle. And they pull you off balance and then tumble under Cyclops' feet, and they come up with their blade. Like this is a maneuver that they
sure
good at, this like counter sash thing, and they come up with the blade like singing into your throat. But in this moment of deadly combat, they kind of like they've lost their awareness. And as they go through Cyclops' leg and out of the corner, like over the Red Sash's head, you see Cyclops whirl around with his cleaver and like backhand elbow the guy. But yeah, he's gonna take you through the neck with his blade, but
right,
but not RC.
Well, and I don't know if I'm channeling a little too much blood sport here, but since we're doing all this like dash work, I would be super happy to have him yank me completely down and have a dislocated shoulder here that I can be really fucking macho and burly and popping back in again just to show that the wound was bad. But fuck that shit. I don't care.
Sean,
Yeah.
I just want you to know you can never channel too much blood sport.
Okay.
Totally agree.
It's not possible.
Yeah, no, that's great. So you dodged the deadly sword maneuver,
Yeah.
and they do a third move and loop it across you to pin you to the ground and just pull your shoulder out of joint. And as they finish their flourish and turn back, that's when Cyclops like bull rushes full tackle under the floor.
Nice.
And there's 4 dudes kicking him in the ribs and stomping on his face. And
That's my dudes.
Nice.
yeah. Awesome. So mark off your Battleborn armor there.
Yep.
That's what it's good for. Canter.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 in the corner.
2 in the corner.
Yeah, sorry, the 2 in the corner. Things have shifted now, and they kind of glance briefly at each other, like, okay, we can fight to the death against the rest of these dudes, or not do that.
Mm-hmm. Can I encourage them to not do that?
Yeah. So you can say you can use your reflexes here whenever you want. It looks like one of them does this huge lunging feint, steps back, and the other one does the like gymnast vault thing to like hurl the dude up onto the second floor balcony thing.
Okay.
Like one of us is going to escape, and they've decided which one it is, and he's going to try to make room for the other one to escape while the gang, smashes into the last guy.
Okay. All right. How many of them are there total left?
Just 2.
Oh, just these 2. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, can I shoot?
Lies, Mr. Bear. There's a whisper.
Can I shoot the dude that's giving the alley oop? Can I?
You want to like ruin their escape?
Yeah,
maneuver?
yeah. I wanna fuck up their acrobatic maneuver here.
Totally. Yeah.
So
You have
he braces.
reflexes.
The other guy puts his foot on. He goes to like push him up, and then he just dies. The other guy falls down.
That is so nasty.
That's my plan.
The other guy falls down, and they get swarmed by the gang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
right?
Whoever's left is getting swarmed no matter what.
It's the worst endings to a Cirque du Soleil act ever.
Exactly. Yeah. You cannot leave the pit until I say.
I think you might not be desperate in this circumstance. I know it's a weird sensation for you, but
Yeah.
neither of them are threatening you. They're not defenseless, but I think you're in a dominant position. Like they're fully engaged with the gang. They can't threaten you really from their position. So,
Sure. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will just roll my mere 2 dice then.
All right.
Let's see how this goes. Only a 4 this time. Still above median.
That's good.
Okay.
You do it, but there's a consequence.
Okay.
This actually doesn't really matter too much, unless I can think of another consequence here. You don't really injure the guy with your shot,
Yeah.
but you do screw up their escape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to fuck up their shit.
Yeah, so he sees you draw a beat on him, and he like turns away and bails,
Mm-hmm.
and takes it like through the top of his shoulder.
Yeah.
And they stumble for a second. The gang surges forward. They draw their swords.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, this time, I wasn't really trying to kill the guy. I was just trying to be like, nah, you're not leaving.
You totally ruin their escape attempt, and
then-
they lose a little bit of ground and get jammed right up into the corner. And then the thugs are savage, so they're just going to keep going.
Hell yeah.
But you basically have these guys, like, if they could just sort of take a step back and be like, we have you. But these thugs are not going to do that. They're just gonna fight to
that's
the
cool. That's totally cool.
death.
RC might have something to say about that, but that's after she's gotten up and whatnot. Like before they're actually dead, I do think.
Yeah. There's a little moment here where the escape is foiled. They're cut off. They're like pushed underneath the second floor now, so they can't jump away.
So while we have a second to breathe, do we want to take a little break?
Oh yeah, we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
Let's
give ourselves a chance. I need to get some more water and everything, but
Sure. Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sweet. All right.
Kittens.
Cool. Okay. Well, let's take a break and we'll come back in a couple of minutes.
All right.
See you soon, everybody.
Laters.